The true story behind Big Ed Brown's engagement to Porscha Raymond's 90-Day Fiancé disclosed. The real story behind 90-Day Fiancé. A happy ever after. Porscha Raymond, a fan of celebrity Big Ed Brown, has officially disclosed the couple's engagement. Big Ed made his television debut in Season 4 of Before the 90 Days when he traveled to the Philippines to meet Rose Vega, a single mother. Big Ed, who has a daughter who is older than Rose, was scarcely bothered by the age gap between him and Rose, who is 27. Big Ed's season ended abruptly, as was to be expected, and he began dating Liz Woods in the United States. A number of spin-offs featured documentation of Liz and Big Ed's 15 splits. Supporters frequently questioned why Liz and Big Ed Brown remained together, but they also questioned Porscha's decision to voluntarily become engaged to Big Ed the day after they first met. Internet users shared pictures of Big Ed and Porscha's engagement widely. A year after splitting from Liz, Big Ed was back in love. Big Ed, though, persisted in making out with unidentified women and posting their pictures and videos online, acting as though he wasn't meant to marry his most recent fiancée. In 1990, Big Ed tied the knot with Sandra Heckman. Because he was unfaithful, Sandy broke up with him. He described his actions as a stupid mistake. Big Ed spent 2 years as a married man. January 1992 saw the divorce of him and Sandy. Norma Brown, Big Ed's mother, assisted him in raising Tiffany Brown, his daughter. In the meantime, Bruce Heckman and Sandy were married. Before he connected with Rose on social media, Big Ed claimed to have been unmarried for the following 20 years. He was done looking for love. But when the 23-year-old Filipina entered Big Ed's life, everything changed. Big Ed could not have asked for a better friend than Rose. Big Ed tried to make fun of Rose's home, her past, her finances, and even her health, which is why their relationship failed. However, during the COVID-19 pandemic, certain scenes starring Big Ed and Rose went viral online. Big Ed embodied the adage, "Any publicity is good publicity," in real life. Despite being the antagonist in his romance with Rose, he was considered humorous by some viewers. Big Ed's annual income of over $100,000 from cameo requests alone said much about his notoriety. It was time for Big Ed to meet a U.S. resident after Rose. He began going to the Encontro restaurant in San Diego, where he grew close to the manager who was a waiter. Big Ed wasn't Liz's favorite person at first, but she soon warmed up to him. Big Ed briefly dated a woman named Kiori in Season 2 after they broke up at the conclusion of 90 Day, The Single Life. But once Teddy, Big Ed's dog, passed away, Liz got back in touch with him. After Steve proposed to Liz, the couple had 13 more breakups until getting married in August 2023. Facer Garcia. Big Ed now says that Liz's anger management problems served as a warning to him not to move through with the wedding. Her tantrums had also caused him to end their relationship 12 times in a row. After Liz yelled at him in front of his family, Big Ed felt embarrassed and decided to end things for good. Big Ed was accused by Liz of giving her vegan daughter 2 spicy taco spaghetti. Big Ed proceeded to cancel the wedding without informing Liz. Liz learned about it through a message from the officiant apologizing. Big Ed confronted Liz at the 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Season 8 tell-all, following their breakup and all the turmoil that ensued. By then, Liz had already moved on. Only 1 month after Liz's wedding was called off, she met Jason Zuniga, who was currently her boyfriend. Liz gave Jason a lot of praise. She had sneaked into his direct messages after meeting him during an 8-mile run in San Diego. Big Ed, who was envious, revealed to the cameras that Jason would come to him weeping and that Liz and Jason's relationship will end in 6 months. But even after meeting for the first time 11 months ago, Liz and Jason are still together. Big Ed called it quits with Liz and has already had 1 failed engagement. In 2024, Big Ed is generating revenue from a variety of sources. He is a real estate agent back in Arkansas. In addition to developing his own Malbec, he is still making cameos and running social media campaigns for brands. The invitation to Plantation, Florida was sent to Big Ed on September 13, 2024. Porscha was a fan that had stopped by Big Ed's meet and greet at Capriotti's sandwich shop. Porscha had tagged Big Ed in a few stories that he had reposted. She had taken selfies with the reality TV personality. Porscha was observed giving Big Ed a cheek kiss. In addition, he autographed a poster of himself for her, stating that she was his best view. Big Ed has already removed the video that he posted on his stream and that featured these story reposts. But for him and Porscha, it was love at first bite, he admitted to TMZ. Within 24 hours of taking her out on a date, he had proposed to her. Big Ed wasn't ready for the wedding. The suggestion was not prepared. In a TMZ video, it was seen how impromptu Big Ed had asked Porscha the question, leaving everyone else in the room looking bewildered. Big Ed expressed his feeling it. Big Ed made a ring out of a paperclip he got from the restaurant manager because he didn't have a ring on him. Big Ed maintained that the events were definitely real, even though they appeared to be a PR stunt when he gave the time frame. After Sandra stated, yes, Big Ed called it quits with Porscha less than a week after announcing his engagement. The article featured photos of the two of them locking lips. Love is a crazy thing, and I did something impulsive, he uttered. Big Ed continued by saying that he had given it some thought and had concluded that it was obviously not what he wanted to marry and that it was too soon to ask someone. Big Ed went on to say he came to the realization he didn't want to get married. I wish to be unmarried, Big Ed went on. He also said that he wished Porscha the greatest possible life and that he harbored no grudges toward her. Porscha, meanwhile, gave her version of events on her own Instagram via Shabuti. Porscha wrote to Big Ed to address the rumors that had been circulating about her engagement. Just for publicity rather than a real engagement or commitment in any way was her belief. Porscha stated that there was no way she would have genuinely committed to that since their acquaintance lasted less than a day. Porscha went on to say that she was not engaged to Big Ed, the star of 90 Day Fiancé, happily ever after, and that the two were not together by any means.